This is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell and Missy Kohler. News 25, local news you can count on. News is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson. This segment of the news is brought to you by Silver State Health, bringing quality medical and psychiatric care to Pahrump. Call 775-505-1214 for an appointment.
Welcome to our holiday edition of News 25. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. We have a special holiday treat for you. We've decided to take the next 4 days off so that our employees can share the holiday with their family and friends.
I'm Missy Kohler, and so we are bringing you the Week in Review, our week's top stories here at KPVM.
Well, one person was taken via Mercy Air this week following a structure fire that occurred on the north side of town.
About 8:30 last evening, we were dispatched for a report of a fully involved structure fire. And the initial report is that the fire came at the heels of two explosions. As crews were responding, we saw a large glow in the sky. We knew we had a working fire. Upon arrival, and this is a non-hydrant area, so we made sure that we had the appropriate resources coming, including our water tenders, to make sure we had an ample water supply. Crews arrived and found the conditions as reported. It appeared to be like two double wides, formed together, multiple personal property stored about, advanced fire conditions, explosions, discharging ammunition. We went into what's called a defensive exterior operation, which means large hand lines away so our firefighters didn't get injured. We did find one civilian who was the occupant of the house who had sustained injuries from the fire, burns. We transported him to the local airport where Mercy Air 21 flew him to trauma. Crews worked throughout the night. We controlled the fire approximately an hour after arrival. However, this extensive mop-up due to that overabundance of personal property, and crews cleared early this morning. We're looking at the probability that there might have been discharge of illegal fireworks, possibly by the occupant, that ignited other nearby fireworks stored in a box. And we're reviewing some physical evidence as far as how that may have happened. There were no other occupants. I believe there were several pets, though, that were lost in the fire.
A person who was arrested just recently for riding his horse in the roadway was struck by traffic this past week. This time, 2 animals were lost.
A horse and rider and dog were struck by 2 vehicles last night on Barney Street near Dana. According to reports, the horse and rider were in the middle of the roadway when both vehicles struck the animals. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue and Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies arrived on scene. We spoke to Fire Chief Scott Lewis this afternoon about the incident.
Late Monday evening, we were dispatched for a report of a pedestrian motor vehicle accident. More specifically, the initial assignment was for a vehicle accident in which a horse, a dog, and a person were possibly struck by at least one, possibly 2 cars. So as we arrived on location, we found a very dynamic scene. We found an apparent instant killing of the dog, and there was a horse that was still alive but had sustained some serious injuries. There was a rider with the horse who was indicating that they weren't injured at first, but later toward the end of the assignment indicated they had a hand injury in which we treated. So fire department stood by. We completed a scene size-up risk assessment, determined there were no additional scene hazards. We remained on location for any potential injuries that might arise from the injured horse. The local veterinarian arrived and euthanized the animal on scene, and all incidents were taken care of without further incident or further injury.
You may remember the rider of this horse, Mark Lee, who was arrested in August of this year for recklessly riding his horse on a public street and obstructing a public officer. According to the declaration of arrest, Lee was riding in the area of Charleston Park and David in the middle of the roadway. There were reports that other vehicles had almost struck him. When police attempted to make contact with Lee on the horse in the evening hours, he told officers that he was not going to stop and speak with them. Instead, he advised that his horse had the right-of-way, and he refused to stop. At that time, police say that he rode his horse off into the desert. He was later arrested. Both the horse and dog died as a result of this crash. One vehicle sustained major damage, the other vehicle moderate damage. Veterinarian Dr. Hadlin humanely euthanized the horse.
And we'll be back with more Week in Review right after this.
You're watching News 25, the most recognized and farthest reaching local news in Nye County. News 25, local news you can count on. Optum Care Network of Nevada, offering Medicare Advantage members more than 3,000 primary and specialty care providers throughout the state.
Welcome back to our special holiday edition of News 25. Well, business at Best Buy is booming and Bitcoin is attracting plenty of attention.
Topping our news, business at Best Buy is driving higher. Same-store sales edged up 23%, while online sales jumped 174% in the third quarter. Customers have been stocking up on kitchen appliances and laptops during the pandemic. However, Best Buy execs are concerned about higher shipping costs and lower margins during the holidays. The retailer chose to not reveal to analysts what to expect profit-wise during the fourth quarter. Bitcoin is attracting plenty of attention as it makes a run for 20,000. According to CNBC, companies including PayPal and Square are buying up the majority of the new supply of Bitcoin. The cryptocurrency is up 260% since March. Bitcoin first made a run for 20,000 around Christmas time 3 years ago. After that, it did come crashing down.
To find out where you can see us every day, go to businessfirstam.com.
Police are investigating a shooting that took place at one location in Pahrump this week and ended at another residence across town.
So the initial assignment for us today was for a report of a gunshot wound on West Mesquite. As crews arrived on location, the Nye County Sheriff's Office indicated the people involved in the incident were no longer on scene, although there was a probability that someone had been shot. So fire and EMS cleared without incident. About an hour later, we were dispatched to a separate address on Highway in Pahrump for a gunshot wound. We found a patient on location who had sustained, obviously, a gunshot wound. And so we treated and transported them to Mercier, and they were subsequently flown to trauma. They were shot in the lower part of the body.
And a 20-year-old Pahrump man has been arrested for alleged animal abuse.
On November 13th, Nye County Animal Control was contacted by the Animal Care Center of Pahrump to perform a welfare check on some injured kittens that had been treated on October 29th for serious injuries to their mouths. Animal control officers made contact with Daniel Dalmas, who told them he had allegedly rubbed the kittens' faces into the carpet as a punishment. According to the veterinarian's report, both kittens suffered major facial skin damage. Their lips had been torn from their mandible attachment and required surgery to repair. Dalmas told Animal Control that the kittens' lips had allegedly been pulled off the jaw and were left hanging. Nye County Sheriff's Office has arrested Dalmas for 2 counts of animal abuse.
An investigation into child pornography in Alabama leads to a woman's arrest in Nye County.
Nye County Sheriff's Office was contacted by the Etowah County Sheriff's Office in Gadsden, Alabama, that they were working a child pornography case over Facebook Messenger between a person in their jurisdiction and Leah Johnson Straka in Nye County jurisdiction. During the interview process, it was discovered that Straka was sending another person pictures of children so they could have sexual fantasies together over the phone. Deputies were told that one child would take pictures of herself, but Straka would take pictures or videos of the children in the bath and send them to him. Deputies reviewed reports and identified that she did have images of naked children and adults that were allegedly retrieved from the residence, and that the 2 people involved had allegedly admitted to the exchange of images and videos of the children. Upon review of Straka's Facebook Messenger, deputies allegedly found several conversations that were fantasies involving children. The Sheriff's Department forensically examined the electronic equipment and allegedly found pornographic media of the children sent from Straka. Deputies obtained a search warrant on November 14th for Straka's residence where they seized a cell phone and laptop. Straka waived her Miranda rights and was cooperative in speaking with detectives. She allegedly admitted to sending 15 images and videos of nude children for sexual gratification. Straka was placed under arrest for promotion of sexual performance of a minor under 14, possession of pornography of a person under 16, using a minor to produce pornography, lewdness with a child under 14, use of the internet for sexual contact of persons, and child sexual abuse and exploitation.
All right, we'll have the top stories with past week in your holiday edition of News 25 when we return.
You're watching News 25, brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500. News 25, local news you can count on. News is brought to you by Canyon Ridge Periodontics. Give them a call at 702-966-0302.
Well, you know that Thanksgiving has been here, and many businesses in the community came together to make sure that Pahrump families had all they need for the day's dinner. Albertsons grocery store and Quality Signs and Designs have joined forces with KPVM-TV and did their part. News 25 spoke with Tesh from Albertsons and Darbie from Quality Signs about their business's efforts to make sure no one goes hungry.
Well, we have our turkey bucks that we do every year for Thanksgiving and for Christmas. All the money that is gathered from our community for the donations stays right here locally in Pahrump. So that way we can feed the families in need here. This year we were able to go to No to Abuse, the veterans, the senior center, to Pahrump Valley High School, Hafen, to you guys, to J.G. Johnson, and to Rosemary Clark Elementary. This year for Thanksgiving we did 81 dinners. Also, if you don't want to do the $1, $5, $10, you can always round up your change. So if you have $1.50, you can round it up to $2, and that 50 cents will go towards the bucket. I think this year was a little bit rougher because of the situation, but we raised a lot of money. We did. We really, really did. As of this last week, we started for the Christmas donations, and that goes all the way until December 19th is when the cutoff is for that.
Yeah, so Quality Signs this year decided we were going to do a Thanksgiving dinner giveaway. It was just a nice little thing we decided to do because so many people supported us during COVID, so we wanted to give back to the community. So last year we actually did, Quality Signs did the deliveries for Albertsons when they donated, I think like 14 meals to the TV station. So we loved it. We thought it was so amazing to actually go and reach out and go to people's homes and give them. So we decided we were going to do the one turkey dinner giveaway. So Albertsons reached out and they said that they have an additional 9 that we can give away as well. So yeah, we will be selecting an additional random 9 people to give the extra one. It was mainly on our Facebook page though. We are asking for people to please nominate somebody and then just share the post so we can go and get more people interested in nominating others.
It's time for another great computer deal quick tutorial with Josh Osborne.
Hi, it's Josh with Pahrump's own Great Computer Deals. Let's get right into it. It's time for another quick tutorial. How do I know it's time to buy a new computer? Well, here's one sign. Even after a full PC tune-up done by a professional, your computer is still running super slow. A lagging, freezing, or even powering off computer are all signs of possible hardware failure. Computers are built really well, but after years of being turned on and off, running hot and cold, there always comes a point of hardware failure. In many cases, repairing your computer is the right choice, but more often, it's actually the same price or cheaper to get something new. Come down to our store for some friendly advice to help you with your next step. Why trust a technician when you can trust a friend? Great Computer Deals is located at 1190 East Highway 372. Call us at 775-990-8833.
News 25 WeatherCam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Hi, it's John Kohler from KPVM Channel 25. We're on location, Highway 160. It's the Nugget Casino, and I'm standing in front of the Pahrump Community Christmas Tree. They're going to do a virtual lighting this year. I don't have to tell you why, but they're going to do it on Saturday night at 6 p.m. Great tradition you can help yourself, keep alive and participate in online. And go to Valley Electric Corporation's website. It's vea.coop, and be part of the tree lighting ceremony at 6 p.m. Saturday night. We'll be back with the weather and everything you can expect this weekend when we return.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Look Looking at the weather forecast across southern Nevada, the place to be where it's warm is Death Valley with a high today of 71, low 42, 61. We'll see a high in Vegas, low of 37, Amargosa 61, 32, and Beatty 59 and 28. Goldfield, put an extra blanket on the bed with a low tonight of 14, high today 44. Tonopah 42, low of 14. Carson City's high today 46, low of 20. And for Fallon 44, low 15. And Fernley 44 with a low of 17. A high today we saw 59 with winds up to 12 miles per hour. A little bit of humidity in the air. Sunrise this morning at 6:33 a.m. For tonight, look for wind to pick up to about 6 miles per hour and humidity at 23%. The sun will set at 4:29 this afternoon. And the 7-day forecast, well, things temperatures a little bit cooler. Maybe it'll cool off this shopping. It won't be quite so crowded. Highs today. It was Saturday 61, 65 on Sunday, but temperatures in the mid to upper 30s for the entire week with highs on Monday 65, Tuesday 62, also Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, high temperatures of 62.
All right. Well, we hope you enjoyed your holiday edition of News 25. We hope you had a wonderful holiday. And, of course, we'll be back here on Monday. And thanks so much for watching our top stories of the week. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
I'm Missy Kohler. Have a nice weekend.
Good night.